Hola, shalom. Hello, world. This is Bible Time Capsule. I'm Citizen. Today's readings for January 19th, 2014. We are in the second book of Samuel, otherwise called the second book of Kings. Excuse me. We are in chapter 2. Let's begin then. Chapter 2, first section titled, David, King of Judah, at Hebron. And after these things, David consulted the Lord, saying, Shall I go up into one of the cities of Judah? And the Lord said to him, Go up. And David said, Whither shall I go up? And he answered him, Into Hebron. So David went up, and his two wives, Achinoam, the Jezreelitess, and Abigail, the wife of Nabal of Carmel, and the men also that were with him. David brought up every man with his household, and they abode in the towns of Hebron. And the men of Judah came, and anointed David there to be king over the house of Judah. And it was told David that the men of Jabesh-Gilead had buried Saul. David therefore sent messengers to the men of Jabesh-Gilead and said to them, Blessed be you to the Lord, who have shewn this mercy to your master Saul and have buried him. There's a section, David becomes king of Judah. Right there, that I forgot to read. And now the Lord surely will render you mercy and truth, and I also will require you for this good turn, because you have done this thing. Let your hands be strengthened, and be ye men of valor. For although your master Saul be dead, yet the house of Judah hath anointed me to be their king. But Abner, the son of Ner, general of Saul's army, took Isboseth, 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 the son of Saul, and led him about through the camp, and made him king over Galaad, and over Jeshurun, and over Jezreel, and over Ephraim, and over Benjamin, and over all of Israel. Isboseth, the son of Saul, was 40 years old when he began to reign over Israel, and he reigned 2 years, and only the house of Judah followed David. And the number of the days that David abode, reigning in Hebron over the house of Judah, was 7 years and 6 months. Next section, battle between Abner and Joab. Abner and Joab fight David's power. 2 section headings. And Abner, the son of Ner, and the servants of Isboseth, the son of Saul, went out from the camp to Gabaon. And Joab, the son of Sarvia, and the servants of David went out, and met them by the pool of Gabaon. And when they were come together, they sat down over against one another, and one on the one side of the pool, and the other on the other side. And Abner said to Joab, Let the young men rise and play before us. And Joab answered, Let them rise. Then there arose and went over 12 in number of Benjamin, of the part of Isboseth the son of Saul, and 12 of the servants of David. And every one catching his fellow by the head, thrust his sword into the side of his adversary. And they fell down together. And the name of the place was called the Field of the Valiant in Gabaon. And there was a fierce battle that day. And Abner was put to flight with the men of Israel by the servants of David. And there were the 3 sons of Sarvia there, Joab and Abisai and Asael. Now Asael was a most swift runner, like one of the roes that abide in the woods. And Asael pursued after Abner, and turned not to the right hand nor to the left from following Abner. And Abner looked behind him and said, Art thou Asael? And he answered, I am. And Abner said to him, Go to the right hand or to the left, and lay hold on one of the young men, and take thee his spoils. But Asael will not leave off, following him close. And again Abner said to Asael, Go off, Do not follow me, lest I be obliged to stab thee to the ground, and I shall not be able to hold up my face to Joab thy brother. But he refused to hearken to him, and would not turn aside. Wherefore Abner struck him with his spear, with a backstroke in the groin, and thrust him through, and he died upon the spot. And all that came to place where Asahel fell down and died stood still. Now while Joab and Abishai pursued after Abner, the sun went down, and they came as far as the hill of the aqueduct that lieth over against the valley by the way of the wilderness in Gabaon. And the children of Benjamin gathered themselves together to Abner, and being joined in one body, they stood on top of a hill. And Abner cried out to Joab and said, Shall thy sword rage unto utter destruction? Knowest thou not that it is dangerous to drive people to despair? How long dost thou defer to bid the people cease from pursuing after their brethren? And Joab said, As the Lord liveth, if thou hadst spoke sooner, even in the morning the people should have retired from pursuing after their brethren. Then Joab sounded the trumpet, and all the army stood still, and did not pursue after Israel any farther, nor fight any more. And Abner and his men walked all that night through the plains, and they passed the Jordan, and having gone through all Beth Horon, came to the camp. And Joab, returning after he had left Abner, assembled all the people, and there were wanting of David's servants 19 men beside Asahel. But the servants of David had killed of Benjamin and of the men that were with Abner 360, who all died. And they took Asahel and buried him in the sepulchre of his father in Bethlehem. And Joab and the men that were with him marched all night, and they came to Hebron at the break of day. That's the end of chapter 2 of the second book of Samuel, also called the second book of Kings. This is Bible Time Capsule, and I am Citizen. Peace. I'm out.